Good morning, YouTube. It is the 12th of March, 2020, and today I have the dubious distinction of saying, I think Bitcoin really is going to go down to $2,000. We can see the volume here from the hype. We can see the volume up on this hype. We can see that we don't have the volume. It is just not working out. So when I go into the 12-hour time frame, I need to admonish myself for not following my 12-hour EMA crossover from the 1, 2, 3 top formation that we built here. At significant technical levels of support and resistance from the past. Prices came up underneath that and they made another 1, 2, 3 top formation and crashed hard from here. And I didn't go short on either one of these. So now in today's episode, we may be bouncing up from here. We may get some steam, and it may be that Bitcoin is going to go up to the $300,000 range in the future. But for now, all of the EMAs are negative, and until those things cross positive and we can map that out on a small time frame and build it, everything is still a sell signal as we build up from here. Let's start off with the routine. It may be your belief that I make these videos to share the knowledge that I have so that you might improve your trading. But the truth is, I do these videos so that I can go back and correct the mistakes that I make in my trading. So that I can go back onto these days here just in this uptrend as we came up to that top formation, and I can re-watch my own videos on what I did there because I didn't go short. And as we consolidated in the mid-range here, and I was expecting it to be a consolidation and move up, I didn't go short there. So I've got the difficult distinction, or I've got the difficult chore now of going back and watching my own videos and correcting my trading so that I'm not so lopsided and focused on bullish all the time. So let's start off. We can see that the weekly MACD has broken my trend line. That's bearish. It's broken the trend line, but the bullish in me still sees that we could be staging here once we get our exponential moving averages crossing over. But on the daily time frame, we have a trend line to be watching now. Watch this one unfold and didn't go short on it. Watch this one unfold and I didn't go short on this one. In fact, I did particularly badly off of this top formation right there as well. This one I did better on and made a 100% trade on that break as it came down. So my short trading is... Let's zoom into the 12-hour view now and see if we are getting any kind of divergence. This does look like a bullish divergence. It is setting up, but it's really been hammered so badly. Let's zoom in. We are getting a bullish divergence here. So let's see if this divergence works itself out with the rest of our indicators here. As we go into the 1 hour time frame, sure, this is looking better as well, that the RSI didn't go down to super oversold as we've come down to a deeper level. So if there is going to be a turnaround, this is going to be how it's going to start out. So I'm much better at catching these turnarounds on the bottom than I am at catching the turnaround on the top. And this is where my trading needs to work on in the next 2 years. Every time there's a top, I have to have an account that I just practice doing shorts on. And I think it's going to be good in the world economy to be practicing shorts at this time. So let's not stick ourselves into one trading mode, and now let's get a little bit more flexible and work on the short sell signals everywhere. If there is a world pandemic and everything is going to hell in a handbasket, only the people who have the short trading skills are going to profit. So Bitcoin on balance volume is really bearish all the way along, and I'm going to pay attention to more sell signals all the way through here. The weekly exponential moving average hasn't crossed over, but the daily has crossed over. So now, just like this move up here was a beautiful sell signal technically all the way along, and I read it as a consolidation to be going higher, everything that comes up and makes a top formation is going to be a place that I'm going to be practicing a sell signal on. And it may be that it comes down and I have to get out of my sell signal. I'm going to be prepared for that as well. But I'm going to do a lot more work on selling now on all short sells. On the 12-hour time frame, we can see dumping and dumping equal here. So it doesn't, like, we haven't finished the bear at all. We haven't got the turnaround. Bitcoin is not making the world change in the technology as far as I can see right now. That this is not telling it to us. We've got heavy dumping on both of those runs down. The 1 hour time frame says this is even heavier. We are not done. If we come up to this, we are going down more. This is really unhappy news for me to be uncovering here. And so while we have that divergence in the relative strength index on this 1 hour time frame, we don't have a supporting bullish divergence in the on balance volume. Here we are with the MACD crossed over on the weekly. Bearish. We're hunting for bearish only now. It's a sad thing. It's not what I wanted at all. Here we are, parallel arms down in the daily time frame, and I was calling that we would have the variation here, the oscillation in it, and as it came down, it like was gonna right here as I was looking. Oh yeah, no, down she went more. So now this daily has to catch itself. It has to catch itself. However long it's going to take now, we've got to catch ourselves here on the daily before we're doing anything. So we can zoom in on this on the 12-hour time frame, still dumping and not happy. It's not catching itself in a bullish format here on the 12-hour. This is not giving us a bullish divergence. On the 4-hour, it's not a bullish divergence because we've got these lower crosses. Maybe we've got a bullish divergence here on this little bit here just at the end, and only if this catches itself and crosses positive and we stage in something up here. But man, this is not looking good at all. And on the 15-minute time frame, it hasn't warmed up here very much either. Let's go on to the next indicator, the Ichimoku cloud. When we came to the top of this green cloud and came through it, this was really key times. Called it out and didn't react to it properly. This is where I'm admonishing myself in my own trading. In the daily time frame, it is all bear. It has been bear since we crossed this twisted over from this 1, 2, 3 top formation. So there were plenty of indicators for me to have known this was a top formation. Everything was there and I didn't go short on it. I didn't play this as a short. In the 12-hour time frame, more of the same news where we had the crossover, perfect timing. It went through the cloud. There was no, and so we can see here the 12-hour was very clear. It crossed over. We had the 1, 2, 3 top formation, broke through the cloud. No problem here. It didn't give us any twist to the positive. There was no reason to be bullish on this at this moment, according to the Ichimoku. This almost crossed as we consolidated here for a bit, but nope. We're still on our way down on the 12-hour. Let's go into the 4-hour and see how these match up. Because the 4-hour crossed a little earlier than the daily, a little earlier than the 12-hour. It's a lot noisier signal sometimes, right? Through here, this was okay. So this seemed okay. This still seemed okay. But on this break right there, there's no more okay. The 4-hour gave us pre-warning. The 12-hour was crossing. The daily was crossing. This was a top formation. There was no reason to do anything but go short right here. Now, as we come up and consolidate, when this crossed over and we had the fake out breakout and things were coming down, I was there. We were chatting in our Discord chat. And so on the 4-hour time frame, reviewing what happened in the past is helpful. Now, what is going on right now? On the 1-hour, everything is bear. There is no turnaround here at all. We are still in the momentum downward, even on the 5-minute time frame. It's the only one that's crossed over, that this tiny little 1, 2, 3 could be a place that we hold ourselves here. And it would be a good technical level for it to hold. And then we can zoom out to see where this horizontal line matches all the way through history. It could be a very good moment technically for it to do a bounce. So we do have the divergences. We do have a tiny little potential 1, 2, 3 here. We'll map this out to see what happens with this right at that support and resistance line. Now, Bollinger Bands went bearish a week and a half ago as they crossed that midline. And it wasn't a surprise. Actually, it was, because this candle was holding really good until that one day, and it all completely reversed. So it was right until the last day of that candle that it was looking not too bad. And then right on the last day, down it went. So anyway, as we're going into the daily time frames, we can see this is holding the downtrend. This hasn't turned to a parallel down yet, so this support level might hold. Let's zoom in and see what the 12 hour is telling us. We went past our mean reversion into, I don't know if this is a mean reversion at this level while we're widening, but at least it isn't going parallel down in all four of the bands. Let's go into the 4 hour time frame where it pinched narrow, and I was expecting the bounce up out of this consolidation pattern, and it went down, which is not good to go from a narrow pinch down further. The narrow pinch usually means a big move. So now we've come down to another potential mean reversion here on the 4 hour time frame. I'm going to go back out to the 12 hour. It's kind of a mean reversion here. It is kind of on the daily as well. So they're all in between the second and third standard deviation, that if they pull back up from there, it would turn itself into a mean reversion trade. So we can't drop down from here if this is going to be a mean reversion now. On the 1 hour time frame, we can see it coming between the second and third standard deviations, and now this is coming in to this between the second and middle again, which is the beginning of a potential for the mean reversion. Here on the 15-minute, we've come out and into the mean area. So let's see if this plays out to be the beginning of a mean reversion, but it cannot break any of these levels, all the way through historical levels. Now we are at such a key level. If I go add that horizontal line here and zoom back out, it is a beautiful technical level for it to bounce and do something, but everything is downtrend right now. So until we come up and we actually build something where the 4 hour EMAs cross and then the 12 hour EMAs cross, everything is downtrend city now. Okay, let's finish this video. Let's finish this abysmal video with more bad news for the altcoins. As Bitcoin dominance dropped here, altcoins were looking great. We had racked up some great profits. As this top formation unfolded, many of our coins crossed the 4 hour EMAs, and then many more of them crossed the 12 hour EMAs. We can see the dates here that February 1st, let's go the end of January, everything was pretty much orange, gray, and then February 1st to the 4th, many things turned into hold statuses up to the 10th. But it wasn't until like the 21st, 22nd, the 18th. So we had 2 weeks of the altcoins going up, and they started to breach top formations and cross over the 4 hour exponential moving averages. Another few days later, we started to get all of the 12 hour exponential moving averages crossing over and kicking us out of those trades. So all of the alts got like the most tiny little move, and everything pulled back and hammered down. Many things are hammered right down to, let's go see our cover page, where we're now getting 21 of them into near fail statuses. That is coming down to the lows that they haven't been since October, September. Many are still neutral, and very few are still in a hold stance from those moves that went up from January until now. So the alts have really suffered, really pulled back, and everything is in neutral. Predominantly, the alts are in neutral. They haven't gone down to the full continuation of the downtrend. They've come back to January and December price levels. But with Bitcoin on the downtrend and Bitcoin dominance clearly on the uptrend right now, it is looking pretty sketchy for the alts. The one saving grace could be, as we go for the old hope line here, is to say that we have now come up in a bear flag, and that we are going to be moving down from here in dominance, and that Bitcoin prices are going to be changing direction. So now that we have Bitcoin hitting this horizontal line, We can only watch for it to create a formation and start to build up from this. Now that we have the potential 1, 2, 3 here, this only turns into a real 1, 2, 3 once we cross above this and the W is completed. Until then, we haven't broke the downtrend line even on this small time frame. And we are definitely in a reverse parabolic shape, which could give us the post-capitulation bounce. Since we're at these supreme technical levels, and we're now watching for this tiny 1, 2, 3 in the 5-minute bars to manifest and play out, no way to know how or if these will bounce, but it is a real drag. But I certainly agree that it is a real drag that we had our bull market from early February to 15th of February, and we went right back to complete bear here. And so our mission continues with the Bull Market Watch spreadsheet. We will continue to update each of the coins on Binance daily so that we are prepared for when that bull market does come. We are going to know which coins to get into and when. We're also going to put more faith and bank more on getting in and out on these 4-hour and the 12-hour exponential moving averages. They have proven themselves out time and again to get us into the market at the right time and also to get us out of the market at the right time. So if you're looking for a simple system that has proven itself over hundreds of alts time and again, be sure to subscribe to the Bull Market Watch. It takes a bit of study and a bit of practice, but don't leave yourself unprepared for the next wave. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to come and join us over on our Discord channel as we'll map out this tiny little 1, 2, 3 formation and this MACD crossover as it plays out to see if this is actually our bounce that is going to amount to something. Good luck in all of your trading. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.